What is going on, guys? Jordan here, back again with another video, and this is going to be episode 4, well, the start of at least episode 4 of the internship game. So as you can see, I'm going to go into my screen real quick, and you can see from the spreadsheet here that since I last recorded this series on the 8th, it's been 10 days now, today's 18th, I've got 2 interviews and 2 rejections, unfortunately. So I was rejected for the Google Hackathon and for EY, that was kind of bad, and BAML as well, unfortunately, so that's not fun. But I didn't end up applying for Microsoft, the Royal Navy, Baker McKinsey, or Goldman Sachs, purely because some of them clashed, and other ones were like Goldman Sachs was when you actually go through it, as I mentioned at the end of the last video. Some of them are like, obviously GradCracker says it's for everyone. When you go to the website, it says only for XYZ. So that's that. I do have, as I said, interviews here for Deloitte and JP Morgan, which I'm going to do tomorrow, hopefully. But if we quickly go into my actual page, you can see here I do have Morgan Stanley open. I was going to apply for a spring internship, and also Bank of America. They also have a spring insight week that I was going to apply for. But now that I've got these 2 interviews, I figured let me do those first, and if I don't hear back within like 3 days, I'll just apply to these ones anyway. Because let's say best case scenario, I get either Deloitte, JP Morgan, or both, then I have no need to apply to either of these 2. So we'll see how it goes. I also applied to Softwire. That's a summer internship, so hopefully I'll hear back from them in the next 24, if not 48 hours. I mean, it's Friday now after business hours, but we'll see how things go. Nonetheless, yeah, like on Wednesday I'll apply to these. But all that aside, as I've got 2 video interviews now, and that is video interviews, I'm going to have to go out into the world tomorrow. Oh yeah, it'll have to be tomorrow because all shops will be closed now. But I'll go out tomorrow, try to show you guys around, see what's good to buy, because for some reason I left all my smart stuff in London. Obviously now I'm in Newport, so yeah, we'll hit the shops. That'll be the next part of this video, and let's see if we can find something that looks good for these interviews in a bit. So as mentioned in the last segment, I need to get some stuff for my interview. Typically I go to like H&M, Uniqlo's really good, Top Man or something. But today, because we're on a bit of a budget, take me to Primark. So let's see what we can find. So went to Primark. Now we are back in the car. As I kind of mentioned, usually I go to like Uniqlo, H&M, Top Man, or even ASOS. But because this is just a video interview, I thought there's no need to go all out and buy like a whole new kit. So I went for a classic blue shirt and then a not so classic burgundy red tie. I'm not too sure if the look works, but it was like £5 in total. So I was like, can't really go wrong. And then hopefully, if I pass these interviews and get into the assessment center or like a real world phase, then we'll go out, do a proper shop, and I'll try and, get a nice list of good shops that are worth checking out for smart casual or like business smart wear that is not too expensive and just looks good. But otherwise, as I said, back in the car now. We're going to do a bit more stuff around Bristol, mostly for the flip challenge, but nonetheless, let's keep going. Right, so I figured I may as well talk to you guys briefly, like very briefly, about what interviews are. So obviously I said that this is going to be a video interview, so that's not like Skype or anything. What that means is I'm going to be sitting down, it's going to pre-record me like answering a question and send it back to them, and then they're going to review all the answers, and then hopefully I get a place. Of course there's telephone interviews where they call you up and you answer questions on the phone. There's face-to-face, and then you can get like a Skype one, but that would just be a video or digital face-to-face, which is not the same as video interview. So that's that. Now that I've done a bit of prep, I'm not going to show you actually because I feel like I've given some details here that, actually no, it's fine. This is I almost broke everything, but this is my very brief but very well put together video answer for JP Morgan that I'm going to do right now. End of the day on the 20th of October, and then later on I'm going to do Deloitte possibly, and then hope for the best. But yeah, let's quickly get into appropriate attire. Transformation complete, here we go. As I showed you, red tie, blue shirt. Of course, still wearing my tracksuit and sliders, but it's now 11:10. This should take no more than 10 minutes, but let's get to work. I feel like I haven't given an update in a little while, so I've done the 2 interviews. So if I have more tests, if I have more interviews, I've just done Morgan Stanley test, which is cool. I'm about to do BAML interview, and like, bro, I'm tired. It's been a long 2-3 days, but we keep moving. I found out Softwire, like when I applied to them, they sent me an email. I didn't read it properly, and I should have, because at the bottom it was a link to do some tests. So I'm gonna have to do that tomorrow. One of those tests is actually a programming one, a coding test, as well as a numerical and a verbal reasoning one or something. So I'll do that very soon, and hopefully the rest of this episode will have something more interesting as opposed to me just doing more and more and more online tests. But to be honest, that's basically half of the process, is a lot of these tests and interviews and stuff. But nonetheless, I've got my smart glasses on this time for BAML, so let's hope for the best. One last thing actually, I noticed that I've been talking very quickly recently. I've been waffling quite a lot. In fact, I waffle basically all the time. But I might as well give you guys more of a comprehensive, I suppose, a look at my application history right now as it stands. So I've got my spreadsheet open in front of me, and what's happened since the start of the month. So today is of course October 24th. I've just done my BAML interview, and what we have right now is 4 rejections. So I got rejected from Google Hackathon, Google Black Top Talent, BAML's Black Heritage thing. It wasn't Black Heritage. EY was Black Heritage that I got rejected from. BAML was Multicultural Insight Night or something like that. So that's 4 rejections. And thus far, I have had 3 interviews. So that's Deloitte was his video, JP was his video, and again BAML that I just did was a video interview. So what's next? Next I have to do Morgan Stanley. I've done that recently. I applied to that. I've done the cover letter for that, which I'll flash up on screen here now, which is my latest and greatest cover letter, which, let me get out of the way so you can see it. I'm not sure if this is good. I've had a look at some of my friends who've had similar cover letters, and I realised that a lot of my friends have very, I suppose, experience focused cover letters. This one is more of a skills one because I don't really have the experience necessary to apply for specific finance or tech roles. I haven't really worked in the industry yet, but I have a lot of knowledge of it and I have a lot of transferable relevant skills that I feel like are more important in this cover letter, sorry, which is why it is the way it is. But nonetheless, like yeah, that's how things are. Hopefully I get a Morgan Stanley interview very soon, and it'll be very cool if I can get a face-to-face interview somewhere so I can buy some real clothes instead of this £5 expense in Primark. But nonetheless, that's that. As I said, 4 rejections, 3 interviews, 1 set of tests left to go with Softwire, and Morgan Stanley still ticking over, thinking about whether they want me or not. So yeah, let's I mean, as I said, it's October 24th, so it's still quite early days, but let's see how things go over time.